I've got a friend who I always say, oh, you should do this. And she goes, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm not confident. Well, maybe, no, I'm not saying I'm such an unconfident person. I can't do that. Well, I've never met anyone more confident in telling me how unconfident she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Cleaver's here. Look at this.
Yay!
There she is.
Morning, Sue.
I'm glad that you popped in to see us on your way to play cricket today.
Thank you. It is quite crickety.
Yeah,
isn't
it is very crickety.
You know,
You're wearing a little cricket
I made
jumper.
an effort for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought I better had.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Are you doing telly later? What it is?
I'm not doing telly later.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing more radio.
On the radio day.
He's going to cut me off now, isn't he?
No, it's fine. Is there any other radio out there?
No, not that I know of.
Thanks very much.
Not that I know of.
Sue Cleaver, what a career, what a life. What stories you have.
Oh, I do have stories.
Well, I remember meeting you and I got some absolute classics from you. The one about leaving the press club is fantastic. Is that in the book?
Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
You told me.
No, it is not in the book.
Is
The
that
book
for public consumption, that
No,
story,
it's
Sue?
not.
Is
It's
it not?
really not. No.
I know. She told me, to be fair, in private, in front of 48 cameras, whilst we were both wearing microphones.
We forgot that there were.
Oh, yeah.
We used to forget that, didn't we? No, it's not. The book is not about those kind of stories.
Sue is going to release. Well, it's already out. It came out the other day. It's called Sue Cleaver, A Work in Progress.
Lovely.
I'm not past my prime, and neither are you.
Absolutely.
Look at
that's
that.
nice.
Who's that on the cover?
That is me, Chris.
Give over.
Shut up. Yeah, it's called A Work in Progress. It's a book of two halves. It's the stories and my everybody has their secret inner life and our insecurities. So it's talking about mine and how the impact they had on me during my life and all my different stories about my life. And then when I started making changes to where I am now, and it's about for women of a certain age who may feel diminished, lost, society's biases against them. And it's just I hope, a really empowering book to help other women to live fearlessly.
Well, you've certainly had a hell of a life.
Yeah, I have.
And you've gone through a lot, highs and lows and in-betweens.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Some of it I regret telling Chris Moyles.
Oh,
I want to hear the press club story.
He's got a great memory.
Hasn't he?
Any story that starts, and this only makes sense to a few people in Manchester, any story that starts, I was in the press club one night, you know it's going to be a cracker.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, the things that went on in that building are extraordinary.
But that's gone. Is that gone now?
Yeah, that's been gone for years and years and years, yeah. I think that's a good thing. I think it was a very, very dodgy place.
A den of iniquity and booze.
Yeah.
It was.
I heard that wrong when you first talked about it. I thought you said you meant the press gang, and I thought that you were in the press gang when you were younger. I'm so sorry.
What, the TV show press
Oh,
gang?
Yeah.
with
No.
Julia Sawala Walla Hala.
Yeah, I got that
This
wrong.
was the press club.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone would descend on it. And on Thursday night, so all the theatre shows, it was always that night that, everyone in theatre shows, everyone from TV, it's where everyone would go after everywhere else had shut.
Oh.
And it stayed open very, very late.
I only went once, and I was a few pints in when we went, and I left with 2-3 stories from that one night
Really?
alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is it not a thing anymore?
No,
it's just gone.
It's not. It was a mad, crazy days of our youth, but
Yeah.
it's gone now. And even if it was open, I wouldn't be frequenting now.
Well, you wouldn't. Well, Sue, she's changed a lot of things in life, and one of the things is she foolishly stopped drinking alcohol.
Well, I gave up alcohol completely for 2 years as a choice, and I went to a wedding and I did have a glass of champagne. I have a couple of glasses of champagne.
Oh, that's
Stop.
There you go. But
Everything
to be
in
honest,
moderation.
it's not it doesn't figure high in my world. It's not something.
But it
that
did.
Yeah, I used to like a drink. I mean, I was one of those. I'd come home from work. Red wine was my thing. I'd have a glass while I was making dinner, and then you drink it and then you finish the bottle, and it was like doing that 5 nights a week. It was just like, and then the pandemic where I just treated, I don't know about everyone else, I treated that like a party. It was like, it's 12 o'clock.
It was any excuse, wasn't it?
So
really?
when I at the end of the pandemic, and I did, because I often did dry January. I did dry January, and I thought, this is my drinking's getting silly. So then I stopped for a month. And then I did another month and another month and another month, and then 2 years came round. And, and I think it's safer to go out with Chris Moyles when you're completely sober and have your wits about you.
I don't know if it's safer. It's just, it's great for me because you get to tell me like where we went, what I ate, what happened.
Yeah,
it's useful, isn't it?
Exactly.
Those kind of things.
I'm dying to know because I missed, because you had a big birthday due, which I was supposed to come to and I couldn't make it. But I'm dying to know, how was he at that weekend?
Oh, I mean,
it was,
you were fine on it, weren't you?
Yeah.
It was a great weekend, I have to say. It was very good.
Did he pace himself?
Well, yeah, because you were looking up, when you're the host, I guess you tend to have more of your wits about you, don't you? So I don't remember you being absolutely...
No, I wasn't. I think I got to bed on the Friday because obviously I got up and done the show, so I'm up really early, and then obviously I get to the venue and there's lots to double check and oversee, and then everybody starts arriving and I thought, you know what, I'll have a drink later, it'll be fine. And then the first people to turn up was my cousin Susie and her fella from Dublin, and they literally went straight to the bar and got a drink, and I'm like, and they went, are you joining us? And I'm like, well, yeah, go on then.
You may as well.
But it was fine. It was.
I heard I missed a great weekend. I'll tell you who was telling me all the details. I was with Lee Francis yesterday.
Were you?
Yes, and I've heard your brother was pretty good on the old karaoke.
Oh, my
did.
Do you know what? The whole karaoke, we got Rockyoke, which are a great band. So you sing with the band. It's not like a karaoke. You're not singing over a track. You're singing with a full band, horn section, everything.
Good as well.
Amazing.
Very good.
And everybody sings. Like it's unreal how everybody sang. And my brother got up and sang the Ace of Spades very angrily.
Yeah, he did.
Amazing.
A lot of anger there.
And then was going to drop the mic.
Next year. Can we have it as a yearly event?
Yeah. If people pay for it, yeah. It's not blooming cheap.
Oh, you have to spoil everything.
Well, I'm waiting for someone else to go, hey, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. Yeah. I know the drink thing, but I think you kind of gloss over it a little bit, but I think that's huge because you didn't have a drink problem, but you liked to drink.
I
you loved
knew
to
that
drink.
it was habitual, and it was just, you get into that routine. It's like we all have good habits, we all have bad habits. We get up, we clean our teeth every day, but you can also,
every day.
Yeah, but there you go. But you can also get up and just you get into the habit of just like, that's what I do. I go home, I open the bottle of wine, and then before you know it, you're thinking, those nights off, I was really aware that the nights when I wasn't having a drink, I was thinking, God, I really want a glass of wine. Oh, I really want a glass of wine. And I just thought, I think I got interested in why is it so important? Why do I feel like I'm missing out when I don't have that glass of wine? And I got curious about it. And so that was my start of sort of like, I found this thing on the internet. It was called The Alcohol Experiment by Annie Grace, which is fabulous. It's completely free. And it's a month's program where you just watch the videos and listen. And she talks about alcohol, and she talks about how alcohol, everything, things that you thought you knew everything about alcohol. And then you listen to this and you go, actually, I didn't. And how, it just really worked for me. It really clicked. And then I discovered life with no alcohol, and I just thought, I can see a huge difference in my life. Everything changed for me, and I can't ever imagine wanting to wake up with a hangover.
Yeah.
I just can't. And red wine, my drink of choice, I cannot bear it. The smell of it. Brian will have a glass of red wine, and I've gone and had a sip, and I'm like, oh,
really?
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can have a little glass of champagne, but I don't. As soon as I start getting that feeling that I've had a drink, I really don't like it.
Because you said to me as well, you said something along the lines of, I thought, well, I can't go to that event, or I can't go and do that and not drink. How am I going to get through it? And then you went and did something, a wedding or whatever, and you went, it's absolutely fine. And of course it is. But I remember you telling me, and I went, really? because I think I'm in a similar boat in the fact that I don't have a drink problem. I don't wake up in the morning and want a drink. I don't drink spirits.
You don't drink every single day.
I don't drink. Well, but I used to.
You used to, I know.
I used to. And also, I used to be a lot bigger than I am now. And I used to drink every day. I don't drink every day, and I'm not as big.
I do think we forget. I mean, I certainly did. I didn't make the connection between, a big glass of alcohol and calorie intake. I really didn't. No. And then also, then you go, once you've had that drink, it's then I'll have a bag of crisps and then I'll do this. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, the book is full of, I want people to question. It's like we tell ourselves stories and we believe them. We always, I always use the example of like, if you've had say you have a disagreement in here and you go home and you're making your spag bol at dinner, and in your head you're going, right, tomorrow I'm going to have to sort this out. And in your head you go like, and I say this. And then in your head, and then you see him and he's repeating that to you. And then I'm going to respond with this. And this is what, and it's all nonsense. None of this is real. These are just the stories we create in our head. And we give ourselves a really miserable life experience by creating these stories and the what ifs and should I, and, it's about getting present and recognizing when you are going off on that flight of fancy of that into the future, making up stories about, I can't do this, I'm too shy, I'm not confident. I've got a friend who I always say, oh, you should do this. And she goes, oh, no, I can't do that, I'm not confident. Well, maybe, no, I'm not saying I'm such an unconfident person, I can't do that. Well, I've never met anyone more confident in telling me how unconfident she is. But it's true. People get stuck. Yeah. in these beliefs about themselves and our thoughts don't define us. That's not who we are.
Sue's book is out now. It's called A Work in Progress by Sue Cleaver. Are you a therapist now?
No, I'm not. I trained many, many years ago.
Right.
And then I had to defer my final year because I was involved with a serial killer and I didn't have the time. But I'm involved in areas around world.
What a tease to get the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm a person who is fascinated in what it is to be human and an exploration of that. And the stuff that I offer in the book, it's not therapy, it's not prescriptive, it's a description of how we work. And so it's hugely accessible. And I think, and I hope people will find it really useful.
It sounds fascinating.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, I've known Sue only for not even 2 years now.
It's longer than that. It was 2022. Oh, no, you're right.
So she's really good with self-help. She's not very good with maths.
Feels like a lifetime.
Oh, I can imagine, Sue.
But you seem very, very sorted. But you seem honestly sorted.
Yeah.
Is what I would refer to it as, which is like you're not living in a bubble of happiness, but equally you're not, woe is me, the world's a terrible place. You seem to be a very, very healthy version of being somewhere in the middle, which is like, everything's all right, everything's okay, it's not perfect.
But we are all a work in process, and I'm just, I feel, I'm probably in the first time in my life, I actually kind of quite like myself. Do I have bad days? Absolutely. Do things happen? Absolutely. All circumstances. But I'm a lot better in getting back to that comfortable place than I would have been 10 years ago.
Well, I think I like you. I think
Do you?
Yeah, I think you're lovely.
Even though you were supposed to have dinner with me last night, you and Tiff, and you blew me
No, that's not true. It was Monday night. But
because you've been on this little road trip. Do you know what it? Do you know?
Not little.
Do you know what he said, Pippa? He said, I can't come. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
And yet, James told me that you spent most of the time sleeping on that tour bus.
See, the thing is, when you're the star, Sue, as well, you know.
Is he still talking?
Here is the bus.
Someone's just texted saying, please adopt me, Sue, which I love. Love that.
Nice.
Oh, that's in the book because I'm adopted.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Oh, bless.
That's really
no, listen, we did 1,000 miles in like 4 days.
That's
we did
amazing.
a lot
It
of
was
travelling
over,
around.
yeah.
Thanks for listening. And do the show. That takes it out of me. And
We went to Barry Island, Sue. Have you ever been to Barry Island?
I haven't been to Barry Island.
What a beautiful place that is.
Is it?
Absolutely
Well, I'll put it on my
lovely.
list. I have to say, out of all of you, the one I'm most concerned about is Pippa.
Thank you. So finally,
How did you deal with it?
I think we managed okay, didn't we?
Absolutely fine.
it's our third year of doing it now.
Yeah.
We've got it down.
Did you have a playpen that you could just put them in?
Well, everyone had their separate bunk beds with little bits and bobs to play with.
Look at that face.
Look at your face, you poor man's Victoria Wood. So listen, Sue's book is out now. So what else is going on? Because you did Sister Act.
I did.
And you were fabulous in Sister Act, from what I believe. I read the reviews. You were very, very good.
You know, he pulled out of that as well.
Do you know,
They had tickets. They were coming all the way to Manchester. I was really...
do you want to go there? I'll go there if you want to meet in the middle. So we went, we've got to go and see, because you were on tour, weren't you?
Yeah.
You toured. So we were looking at the dates, and we were out, and we're lit in front of you. So Tiff and I had our phones out. We're looking at dates. What dates can we make? Oh, you're playing in that one. Oh, no, I'm not doing that one. Oh, okay. Oh, you're playing in this town. No, I'm not doing that one. She picked and chose which venues of the tour she wanted to do. So I won't name names. Oh, I'm not bloody going there. I'll go there. I'll go there. But I ain't going there. So we're like, we can make that one. No, that's not me, that one.
You are funny.
I've never known anyone go on tour and go, oh, hold on, let me have a look at the dates. Yes, no, definitely no.
That's so not true. Goodness me. Anyway, I've got a message for you.
From?
My husband, Brian,
because
he listens to you every morning.
Love Brian.
Morning, Brian.
Brian.
Good taste. Has he stopped drinking?
But he did. Don't be ridiculous. Goodness me, no. He did say to me, could he just pass you a message? He said, because he loves you. He says, at the minute, it has turned into Radio Oasis X.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, it has.
I would say he's wrong. It's always been that. It's always been a bit. Yeah. Right. Well, we're trying to get tickets still.
Yeah. Well, he did say if you could get him anything for Heaton Park, he'd be very grateful.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I can get him a ticket. It'll be 1,500 quid.
Exactly.
And he's got to stand.
Do not offer him that. He's not having it. I've told him now.
Yeah, but like if everyone goes and buys the book, it's loads of more money, and then you could buy him a couple of tickets.
I am not spending 1,500 quid on a ticket to see anybody.
Quite right.
Sorry.
What? But it's Oasis. It's the back at Heaton Park, the big reunion.
50.
Manchester.
No.
I mean, I know you're not
We've
Mancunian, but you're
record.
adopted.
We've got the record somewhere. We'll play it and sit in the garden.
Yeah, same thing, really.
So you've got the book out now. Everyone can buy the book. It's Sue Cleaver's book. It's called A Work in Progress. If you're like, I like the sound of that, then get it bought. And then what else is going on?
Well, I'm still we're in the storyline of Gail Platt is leaving Corrie, so I'm in that story.
Can't believe you just dropped that bombshell.
It's been out for quite a long time.
Oh, is it?
So I'm doing that. John Thompson is back. Doing that for me, he is.
Love John Thompson.
So we were at drama school together, John.
Were you?
We went to a reunion.
He's so funny, John, isn't
He's
he?
good at quizzes, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good quizzer.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah.
So doing that, still panellist on Loose Women, which I love.
Do you love that?
Yeah, I do. I have a really great time because I know all the girls.
It's a doddle, innit?
It's a doddle.
That is a bank raid, isn't it? Let's be honest. you get down there, you yantra it up with all the ladies, and then that's it. You go home.
Yeah, I mean, it is fun. I do like doing that.
Do you like everyone on the Loose Women? There's no one you don't like. Olivia Atwood, you don't hate her.
Don't even go there, Christopher. So yeah, doing that, and then just promoting the book.
Oh, you've got a book?
No, I haven't got a book.
How many copies of the book have you sold?
Selling very well.
She's got a boat.
No, she hasn't.
Have you ever publicly spoke about your purchase that you and your fella got that you loved?
Yeah.
On the wheels. Have you ever talked about that?
Not really, no.
It's not a secret though, is it?
No.
She got an RV.
I didn't.
What?
That's how we got something to fight fancies. We were looking for motorhomes. We rented them. And then I went and got in. We went to one of these shows, but then I got in this caravan that was a Buccaneer, which was, we got inside and it was like, oh, this is really, I don't want the motorhome now, I want this. So we bought one and yeah, I love it. Brian is still not decided whether we're keeping this. He would rather go. But do you know whose RV I was in yesterday? He gave me a tour, James Martin.
Really?
I was saying that we were thinking of one. So he gave me a little tour around his one yesterday on his drive.
Oh, very nice.
And that's a really nice one.
On his
I did ask him if he wanted to sell that, but he wasn't up for it.
Was he not?
No.
You can talk him round. You just blackmail him. Lovely to see you. Love to
Nice
the family.
to see you.
Always lovely to see you. Cancel the other radio interviews you got to do
All right,
today.
darling.
We'll sell the book for you.
I will.
Sue's book is out now. It's called A Work in Progress. Ladies and gentlemen, the delightful Miss Sue Cleaver.
Radio X.